I stated that I am a huge fan of Young Beauty, and I also talked about a playlist that I have called Slimes and Slats. So in this playlist, I have a lot of 21, Playboi Carti, Uzi, Nudie, basically anyone in his camp, and popular Atlanta rappers, except for Uzi, because he's from Philly. But today, we're going to be reviewing Whole Lotta Red, because this was pretty anticipated. And it was anticipated because, following this release of his third album, there were a lot of leaks. There were rumors going around about, his producers that he worked with leaking his music. So let's jump into the album cover. Me personally, I've seen, I guess, replicas of, since his release was so anticipated, people just started making a whole bunch of Carti shit. So I seen a cover. I'm probably going to post it in the video. But it was basically red bandanas, simple cover art. But for this, I didn't really care for it too much. He's trying to show us this other side of him because he's taking on fashion, this goth thing that he's been keeping up with, vampire, very dark. But the cover, So let's go over a few tracks that I actually enjoyed out of this 7 out of 24. So first I'm going to talk about Place. Place, if you're a genuine Carti fan, you've heard Place before. I think it was a really smart move to put this on the album. He kind of switched up the lyrics, which was, a smart move. Again, we're talking about a song that was unreleased. The next song is Over. I really like Over. It kind of reminds me of Long Time from Lit. It gives me that mellow, it sounds like some depressing ass music I would listen to in high school, if you look at it that way. A hot song on this for me was Sky. And the reason why Sky was hot to me, because clearly it's a song about being high, but it's kind of that energetic Carti flow that we expect. I really enjoyed it. Hot song for me. Definitely something to bump to. Gets the stamp of approval. My least favorites of my favorites is Beno, whatever. It kind of reminds me of Meh, but it isn't Meh, and not the Meh on the album. The other Meh. But then it reminds me of that, he's tapping back into that, mumble rap, energetic, poppy beats, very video gamey beats. And speaking of video gamey beats, one of my favorite songs on this album was Slayer. I really like Slayer. It gives me kind of a wavy, cool, Nintendo-y beat. And it's definitely something I would listen to chill, vibe out to. So I really like Slayer. I really like it. It's a cool song. Another song I liked on this tape that was already released was New Neon. Again, just a cool Carti song, really. My plan is just another passable Carti song. I mean, it's really cool. Again, with these gamey, cool beats. The chorus was pretty, it was pretty upbeat, and just another song that's passable at this point. This had features on it with significant artists. But I think what they were able to bring to Carti's album, it didn't compensate or make up for the lack of this album. We had Kanye West here. I really didn't enjoy that song with Kanye West. The Kid Cudi feature song, didn't like it either. His humming just didn't even save it. And we also had Future. And then we had Academics. I don't know I don't know where this is. Now I'm gonna briefly get into the songs, you know, on this tape that didn't really like, man. The rest of the songs were just like a conglomerate of baby Carti voice, this stummy hurt voice. Like, I don't know, throughout some of the songs it sounded like he was just constipated or like having body pains and just choosing to rap. And all the other songs, I just heard like a lot of, you know, it's clear that he's influenced by Thug. A lot of these rappers, you know, Gunna, Baby, Uzi, you know, they're just influenced by Thug and his style of rapping, how he can be silly, goofy, and kind of really flow through a beat in a different way that, you know, modern rappers really can't achieve. So throughout this tape, Carti was kind of like, in my opinion, mimicking Thug, but in a respectful way. And in this respectful way, I just didn't enjoy it. So the beats and the other songs that weren't in that 7 that I just included, they were just repetitive. A whole lot of repeats, a whole lot of skips, a whole lot of disappointment overall. So guys, I want to quickly go over this whole Iggy and Playboi Carti fiasco. I don't know much of it, but what I do know, Iggy was, you know, after his album released, Iggy, you know, chose to vent about Playboi Carti basically being absent as a father in their child's life. You know, and what I'm going to say next is, I don't want to, you know, excuse young parents, or, you know, age doesn't determine, you know, the strength of your responsibility as a parent. But I will say that being a young popular rapper, it's pretty hard to, I guess, stay faithful, you know, especially to another rapper. And we're talking about someone whose stage name is Playboi Carti. So it's almost safe to assume that, hey, like, this person's kind of trash, you know, as far as, like, you know, dating them. But I want you all to keep in mind that Carti just turned 24 this year. Iggy is 30. So, I mean, I guess that kind of factors into their relationship. And I'm not here to discredit Iggy, even though I'm not really a fan. But, I mean, she had a few hits. Her career, you know, I'm guessing the pregnancy delayed her capabilities right now. But we're not here to trash Iggy. But the baby mama ranting, she could have saved it. But I'm going to tell you guys what I feel like she should have done. I feel like she could have completely just not been on the internet with this. Well, just not on social media, you know, venting about the whole situation. I feel like she could have put this energy into a song. Like, you know, like make a baby mama's anthem. Like, you know, trash him through the lyrics. Especially since, you know, her plans kind of sabotaged his album release. Like, now that we're kind of like focusing like, oh yeah, Carti just dropped something, and everyone's saying like, oh yeah, it's trash and this and that. But now she's speaking on him and she's bringing her audience to him. Yeah, a lot of people said the album was trash, and like I said, I gave it a 7 out of 24. That's not really good. And what I will say, he gave us a lot of material with this. I mean, 24 tracks is pretty long. But it was just very repetitive.
When I win, leg up like she got hoes on call. Got hoes on call to come through, take a protocol. Just damage it, that's my protocol. This many attorneys on source and no camera. I don't care who you are. No killer rap, gotta give it to you.